So for Fanatec wheelbases, you can see here I have the DD1, and Fanatec provide this control panel as part of their standard software, which you download and install. And I really follow the settings from the guides. So the sen is set to 1080, force feedback. Actually can't remember why I've got it set to 90%. That's just what I have. The other settings I've really followed the guides that are made available, and if I need to tune them, I tune them. For the wheel, I keep my multi-position switch on the dual clutch setting. You can see a clutch bite point. I'm actually not sure what difference that makes, but it means I use both of the pedals at the back. If you look on screen, you can see if I press both down, and I can then, if I have one clutch that's pulled in slightly and the other one fully from a standing start, I release that completely, and then I gradually release the second pedal until I've got the traction, and then I can start upshifting. That works really well for me. I leave all the OLED LED settings as default because I race in VR. I don't see them on the wheel. It's just for anyone that's in the room that is watching. I don't use mouse simulation. Pedals, so you can see I've got the ClubSport. I've actually detached the clutch because I don't use it, and I've moved the brake pedal as far left as I possibly can, and I've set manual calibration because I found that initially I had a bad habit of resting my feet on the pedals. I'm resting them now, and you can see nothing's being gained, but if I push slightly on the brake, that does start to come in, and it's just the balance for where I'm at. Lifting my foot completely off just it aches the foot after a while. And you can see I really have to push all the way to the end to get maximum brake pressure. And the throttle, again, I'm sort of resting my foot, I'm tapping it a bit, nothing's happening. But as soon as I start to press it, it comes in. And I've actually got it calibrated, so I've got a tiny bit of give at the top, just so I know when I push up, I've got maximum throttle. And that's all I've done with those. I don't use the clutch. It's actually unplugged from the unit, and although I have a handbrake, I just don't use it. And I don't make use of any of the tuning setups because I only have one setup. I only use iRacing. I have tried other sims and I may go back to them, but that's all I use for the moment. So I don't use these other setup modes, but they are useful. From time to time, I do go into firmware update and I make sure everything's up to date. And you can see it currently is at the moment. And that's all I do with the Fanatec control panel.